Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. The Solana chart shows a bit of a reaction. We have a green day today, as it seems, a little bit of a relief rally, it seems, after yesterday's sell-off, and it already started on Sunday, didn't it, with the altcoins mainly. Yesterday then the breakdown on the Bitcoin chart, and today a little bit of a relief rally. However, nothing really impulsive at this stage, nothing that would suggest yet that a lasting low is in place. However, we know how quickly sentiment in the crypto world can change, how quickly those rallies can happen when really the sentiment shifts to the upside. However, I don't have the evidence at this stage. Okay, what we talked about yesterday when we reached here exactly the low point, I highlighted to you that for the first time now in many weeks, I can tell you that this wave count here is really full. So it's technically full, which means, yeah, the low could be in, but how, I can't confirm that without evidence, and I also don't believe it until I see it really, which means we need to see the structure that would suggest to us really that the low is in. At the moment, it just means that the low or that at the wave count pointing there to the downside in a corrective WXY structure, WXY, that is technically full. And when the wave count is technically full, it means that we have to be watching very closely for potential bottoming structures. So the price can turn around at any time. But we need to see always a 5-wave move above resistance followed by a 3-wave pullback. And while a 5-wave move above $19 will be a first and early signal, a much better signal will be a 5-wave move above the September high, and then obviously we need to break above the August high. But we need 5 waves up of a decent size and then a 3-wave pullback. Yeah, I mean, getting above $22.20 in 5 waves would be the best evidence we can get, followed by a 3-wave pullback. Then some will say, but you miss all of that move. Yeah, you might do, but it also will protect you from a bull trap. Yeah, bear in mind that if really the lasting low has been made, then the rally can take us into the $40 to $50 range. I mean, then you talk about your doubling and tripling of prices, okay? Maybe even $60, okay? So that's just sort of from an analysis point of view to confirm that a low is in, that's what's needed. Until then, I'm obviously tracking the structures. There might be 5-wave moves that are smaller. We can track them, highlight the potential there. But at the moment anyway, the rally that we've seen so far here, since the low, since the wave count became full, that rally so far is only corrective. It looks like a 3-wave move. Now, again, when we talk about these altcoins, you see a lot of distortions on the smaller time frames, but this honestly looks like a 3-wave move. So far, looks corrective. That retracement again too much. Yeah. So at the moment, no evidence that a low is in. It hasn't even made a higher high. So from that point of view, I remain very skeptical about that a low is in. Now, if you misunderstand that, when I tell you that the wave count is full, I'm not telling you that it has bottomed. I'm telling you that this is where we need to be watching. This is where the risk increases for anybody who's a short seller. And this is where probabilities increase that we can get a turnaround at any point. But these wave counts, they can always extend. I mean, look, we have 5 waves down in wave 5. I mean, what's stopping the price from saying, okay, maybe this is just a wave 1 of wave 5. It's now going to do the wave 2 of the wave 5. That's why I mean we need to see 5 waves. This would only be a 3-wave move. Then we move down further, and that's why we can only say, okay, the wave count is full, all the expectations have been fulfilled. We even reached our target range between $17 and $17.90, but we just don't have the evidence yet that the price is turning around. It should ideally happen somewhere from here, but primarily I still would like to see price get to $17 actually. And then because that's the next major Fibonacci level, $15 is another support level, but below that level we have to change the overall wave count. Looking at the microstructures, conditions are fulfilled. Basically, it's now just to watch for impulses to develop to suggest that a low is in. Yeah, the altcoins are just too fragile to just sort of, make guesses, and get people entrapped in bull traps or whatever. But then again, Solana isn't even very strong. I think even Bitcoin did a stronger rebound than Solana. So that doesn't really give me the strong impression that the bulls are very active here. And I think there's a lot of fear going around about FTX, whereas their selling could potentially over the next few months cause some selling pressure. Well, yeah, it might slow down prices to the upside. Yeah, but if there is enough retail demand, then that probably doesn't matter so much. Bear in mind, they will sell them over several weeks and maybe even months, those SOL coins. So I don't think we are going to see much of it the same way that we don't really see much if, for example, MicroStrategy are buying Bitcoin. You know, they are not going to do that, and they're not going to influence prices really. So just always be aware of that. Yeah, but there's not much more to add. So also we still, by the way, price is still in this descending wedge, caught in this wedge pattern. And it would already have bullish implications. Now, it's not so important for Elliott wave, but generally from looking at this structure as a pattern, generally a bullish pattern, yeah, a descending wedge, you would typically expect it to break to the upside. Now, you should never not expect it to break it to the downside, because it can always do it, right? It can always break to the downside, but that would have bearish implications. But typically, you would expect it to either break out now or maybe go a little bit lower in the wedge and then break out to the upside. It's typically a pattern where you would expect a breakout to the upside, a bullish pattern, because it typically indicates that the downtrend is slowing down, probabilities wise, yeah. But what is more important than a wedge breakout to me is the right structure, which means 5 waves up and 3 waves down. Always have to repeat that mantra, because it is the process that saved many people from wrong decisions, I hope. Yeah, here, for example, yeah, a lot of people getting bullish whenever you see green candles. So, but it was only a 3-wave move. And yeah, it maxed out resistance. I highlighted to you at the time that a break above $22.20, that would be the first signal that I would also say, okay, possibly the low was in. Never happened. And also the rally was only in 3 waves. It's so important to wait for those signals, okay? Because it just prevents many wrong decisions. That doesn't mean you couldn't trade it on the long side. Yeah, you don't need to wait for my confirmation. I mean, I'm here for the analysis. I'm not here for your trading. Trading might be different. You might have a completely different strategy. Yeah, bear in mind that strategy and analysis, or analysis and trading itself, they are not always the same. The analysis could still point towards further downside, but strategically you might still want to position yourself on the long side. But that's an individual decision. Yeah, I can't tell you that, of course. First of all, I can't give you any advice anyway, any personal recommendations. On top of that, and that's what many people don't understand, the focus when we do trading, when we trade, is always that the trader, at least the seasoned trader, the more experienced trader, always asks him or herself, where does my risk sit? Where's reward and risk? Whereas from an analysis point of view, it's a lot about waiting for confirmations before trend changes can be confirmed. But obviously it's much more speculative from a trading point of view, where you might decide to jump in because it's the right thing to do for your portfolio. Yeah, and it could still point towards lower down, further downside. But if we have already moved down, like here, how much was it? Like 46%, it might be worth going long for some people, right? Again, you can always go long with a stop below the last swing low. It's just from an analysis point of view not clear at this stage that the trend is changing already. That's sort of where they differ. Okay, that's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. If you're interested in the membership, you get access to a live stream every Sunday, member live stream with a small group in our membership. We cover requests, we talk about an educational topic, always very educational. You get access to a lot of learning material about Elliott wave trading, TA. You get access to our chat groups on Discord and Telegram. And as a gold member, you get additional short-term market updates. So check it out. Hope you like the update. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.